but we can't go back. We don't know where to begin. All the light drains out. We can't try making amends.
Hey everybody, it's me, Timmy Flyers Guy. With the new year, since we are in a new year, I thought I'd come on here and do a video. Just in this video, it'll be I'll be doing a year in review for the Philadelphia Flyers, the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, and the Ready Royals. So let's start with the Flyers. During preseason, there was a lot of promise for the Philadelphia Flyers. Matthew Mishkov was the showcase in the preseason. Flyers had a pretty decent preseason record. They end up going into the regular season. They win the first game against the Vancouver Canucks. But then they lose. They lose a game against the Vancouver Canucks. Then they lose to the Calgary Flames. Then they lose to the Edmonton Oilers in overtime and have a devastating loss against the Seattle Kraken. Flyers then return home and they get shut out by the Vancouver Canucks in the regular season. In October, the Flyers had their struggles at home and on the road, losing 2 games to the Washington Capitals. One in Washington, which was a close game, one at home, and I really think that when they played the Washington Capitals back in October, the second game against the Capitals, Flyers were losing big. They really started to find their way again, and it was a sign. In the game against the Minnesota Wild, the Philadelphia Flyers got a huge win, with Couturier scoring a hat-trick and Matthew Mishkov scoring his first goal at home. October was up and down. Flyers beat the St. Louis Blues, then lost to the Montreal Canadiens. Going into the month of November, in October, so the Flyers faced off against the Boston Bruins. The Bruins were shut out. The Flyers were shut out by the Bruins as Sam Ersson went down to injury. Going into November, Sam Harrison wouldn't play until Sam Harrison was not in the lineup for many, many games. In the month of November, the Flyers were making strides. One game in particular was a Black Friday game against the New York Rangers, in which the Flyers got a victory over the New York Rangers, and then shortly after that, got a victory over the St. Louis Blues on the following Saturday. Going into December, it was a pretty up and down month for the Philadelphia Flyers. They would win games, and they would lose games. In December, the Flyers had a 3-game losing streak. One game in particular was against the LA Kings, which was a 7-3 loss on December. In December, Flyers then had one couple of opponents to finish off December before going into the holiday break. The Flyers needed to end their losing streak, and their opponent was the Columbus Blue Jackets. In a back-and-forth game, it was the Flyers that prevailed in overtime over the Columbus Blue Jackets with an unscientific goal. Flyers then faced off against the Pittsburgh Penguins to close out. It was the last game until the holiday break. Flyers had a devastating 7-3 loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins, in which Sam Harrison got pulled in. After that, Flyers had another game. It was against the Anaheim Ducks. And an opponent and a player of the Ducks that drew the ire of Flyers fans and the Philadelphia Flyers. And that player was Cutter Gauthier. The Flyers beat the Ducks 3-1. And then we had another game, which was on the following night against the LA Kings. And a game which the Flyers played well, but lost by a goal, 5-4. 5-4. The Flyers' last opponent before the new year was the San Jose Sharks. Flyers got a 4-0 victory over the Sharks, but unfortunately, Sam Harrison went down to injury once again. So that's the recap for the Flyers. Let's get into the Phantoms. The Lehigh Valley Phantoms started out pretty good to start the season, winning their first game, but losing multiple games. In the same fashion, the same struggles the Flyers were going to early in the season. Late in the season, the Phantoms had a trend of being behind in games. Being behind by at least 2 goals. The Phantoms kept coming from behind in these games. There were some signs that these games were signs the Phantoms need to play better in front. There were games that they played when they were at big leads, and other teams came back on them. Case in point. In the month of November, it was the same story for the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. They would win games, and they would lose games. One game in particular, the most devastating loss, was a loss against the Rockford Ice Hogs. It was a 7-3 loss for the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Phantoms played pretty well against some of their rivals, such as the Hershey Bears and the Luxury Scranton Penguins, and also the Hartford Wolfpack, in which the Phantoms had an overtime victory against the Wolfpack back in November. Going into the month of December, it was an up and down month for for the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, having two bad losses. One to the Toronto Marlies on December 8th, and another loss, the loss to the Hershey, a loss to the Toronto Marlies, and a loss to the Wolfsburg Scranton Penguins. The month of December hasn't been that good for the Phantoms. Winning a game against the Charlotte Checkers with an overtime game and a goal by Brendan Furry. Then the Phantoms suffered a loss the last game of 2024 when they lost to the Charlotte Checkers 6-3. 6-3. And now we get into the Reading Royals portion of this video. The Reading Royals portion of this video. The Reading Royals started out good, winning 3 games to start the season, going on a winning streak. The streak ended going into the month of November, where the Royals were kind of subpar in November. They lost games, they win games, and they were very inconsistent. Going into December, the inconsistency kept going and going for the Reading Royals. The Royals would win one game and lose another game. One opponent in particular that gave them a hard time was the Wheeling Nailers. The Royals have lost about 3 games to the Wheeling. Lost 4 games to the Wheeling Nailers this season. The Reading Royals also have their troubles with the Maine Mariners. This Royals team has been going through a lot of inconsistency and struggles. Many of us are hoping that the Reading Royals will turn things around in this new year. Hopefully they will. Because there were times that the Reading Royals made the playoffs late in the season by going on a tear late in the season. And that's all I really need to say about the Reading Royals. So, I do not know what the future holds, what this year holds for the Philadelphia Flyers, the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, and the Reading Royals. I do hope that 2025 will be kind to the Philadelphia Flyers. I hope the Flyers will have a great second half of the season compared to the second half of the season last year. As for the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, they have been playing some good hockey, and they're fun to watch. But we don't know what happened for the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. If they can go on a tear in January, then they have a chance to be a good team in the second half of the season. As for the Reading Royals, inconsistency and struggles have plagued this team all season. But hopefully, in the second half, things will get better for the Reading Royals. I'm Timmy Flyers Guy, and this has been your 2024 year in review for the Philadelphia Flyers, the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, and the Reading Royals. Thank you for joining me, and like always, let's go Flyers, let's go Phantoms, and let's go Royals.